love us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and His love is made in us. Lord, I thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity. I pray that you will increase and I will decrease, so that your people will hear less of me and more of you. I know the topic today is love, but I want to take it a little bit farther and make it into a question. It says, everybody wants to be loved, but at what cost? Everybody wants to be loved, but at what cost? Love, according to the Webster Dictionary, is a strong affection. As people, we tend to misuse the word love in trivial things to benefit ourselves in whatever ways it suits our satisfaction. We prove this because if God is love, we also see people using God to try to perform miracles in their lives or promises that we already know that we can't keep. Love, to some people, is spelled in many ways. I see people that want a handout all the time for love, so they spell love, M-O-N-E-Y. Somebody know what I'm talking about. I know people who want in relationships to get things out, so they spell love S-E-X. That's my definition of love, and I spell this V-E-R-B. Somebody know what that means? Verb. It's an action word. So I spell love V-E-R-B. It has to be shown. It has to be felt. We say this because God displayed the ultimate action. It was love when He hung on that old rugged cross. Somebody said, they hung him high, they stretched him wide. They hung His head, and for me He died. Not that we've been so good. Not that we've been so good, but that we may have life and have it more abundantly. Now that's love. You find out who your true friends are when you go through something. And the same ones who yelled Hosanna was the same ones who were yelling crucify Him. So what makes us think that we're not going to go through something or somebody's not going to talk about us as well? We even have to love those who we claim to be our enemies. Because God considers those people our footstools. How can we say we love God and don't love our brothers and sisters? Human love fails. Even in the best relationships. We let our loved ones down, we make promises and commitments. But God has a different type of love. God does not promise to keep us from trouble or give us an easy and uncomfortable life. Rather, God promises us to be there in the midst of our troubles. In Isaiah 43, God says, the path you must take may be through the rivers, but you will not drown. The path may be through the fire, but you will not consume the flame. Somebody say, no test, no testimony. No cross, no crown. We're going to go through something, but we have to trust God that He'll be there to bring us through. God's love does not imply that He wants us to make us comfortable. God uses trials for our good in ways that we can never understand while we suffer. But He promises that He will always be there with us, regardless of our circumstance, regardless of the way things may look to us. God's unconditional, eternal love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 8 says, love never fails. And if we go back to 1 John, it also states that God is love. So if God is love, then God would never fail. Our friends may turn our back on us and leave us, but Hebrews 13:5 says God will never leave us nor forsake us. Sometimes we get lonely and feel that we can't make it on our own. And we feel like we're by ourselves. And we feel like giving up. But I feel like the family has been there for me. I know in my tough times, I always can lean back and think about where I've been or think about the people who's been in my life. I can sit back and say, I can remember when Aunt Penny used to say, just one more day. Somebody said, just one more day. We got to take one day at a time. Or I can look back and I can think about what Uncle Clarence said. I'm go if I have to go by myself. If my mother don't go, if my father don't go. I know my family's here for me. I know my family's praying for me. But my family can't do everything for me. Sometimes you got to make it personal and say, it's me, oh Lord. Not my mother, not my father, but it's me, oh Lord. Sometimes we make it personal. I always say that we feel like some people aren't here for us. Some people we have a friend, people turn their backs on us. But I heard a song that says, what a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins are Jesus together. Let me ask this question. Everybody wants to be loved, but at what cost? What is the cost? I can tell you today, there is no cost because Jesus paid it all. So we trust Him and He promises us that He will clean us up and make us white as snow.
Big Dad, you sweating, Big Daddy?
say something. I want to say something. Let me tell you something. When you pray and call on God and pray for another generation and pray for persons to be born and pray for God to deliver, and you see them stand, and you see them preach, and you see them carry the word.
But you know one thing? Shout all you want to. But if these young people didn't speak, I can use a few words that come in my way. Am I brother's people? Walking in love. Family, listen to the preachers. I tell you, I'm going to take somebody, is anybody out here that wants to give their life to God? I want you to come right now. You want to come, just come right now. Just stand up, come right now. Don't worry about what nobody says. Whatever you're going to do, just do it. Don't worry about nobody else, just do it. Would I be one? Now, since it ain't one, I ain't going to call nobody up to the altar. What I want y'all to do is